Beach Ball's Discovery by Mary A. Van Tassel. Many years had passed since Ricky had released Beach Ball and let the waves carry him out into the ocean. Many years had passed since Beach Ball fell asleep in a giant oyster and dreamed until he awoke and found he had turned into a magnificent pearl, the world's largest pearl, a pearl worth a king's ransom. During those many years, Beach Ball dreamed of time spent with his beloved boy Ricky. He dreamed of playing catch and being buried in the sand. Beach Ball dreamed of mighty kingdoms built in the sand and of treasures of colorful beach glass. Mostly, Beach Ball dreamed of playing happily with Ricky until they were both out of air. Beach Ball was not the only one dreaming. During these many years, a little boy named Ricky grew into a man, but not a day passed that he did not think of Beach Ball. Ricky frequently dreamed of his Beach Ball friend entertaining guests in an undersea kingdom and of sharing stories from faraway lands. Far away, someone else had also been dreaming. A little girl named Sophie had also dreamed of a great pearl sitting on a small throne in an undersea kingdom full of colorful fish and mermaids. Sophie loved to share her dreams with her parents and brothers and sisters. She drew pictures of her dreams and hung them up in her room. Sophie decided when she grew up, she was going to find this magnificent pearl. Sophie went to school and studied hard. Then she went on to college to study to be a marine biologist. Sophie learned about the ocean and about all kinds of marine life. Sophie also learned how to be an expert diver. When she was ready, Sophie sold everything she had, bought a boat, hired a crew, and went in search of the great pearl. Sophie was truly following her dreams. She had dreamed many times that she would find the pearl near a cliff in the evening. There would be glints of gold and flurries of fins, and when she dove by the cliff at sunset, she would find the great pearl in an undersea cave. One time, by a cliff at sunrise, Sophie saw some glints of gold, but she did not dive. Another time, by a cliff at midday, she saw some flurries of fins, but still Sophie did not dive. Finally, one evening, near a cliff at sunset, Sophie saw some glints of gold and some flurries of fins. Just as in her dreams, Sophie dove in. Sophie dove deep into the dark water. She swam closer and closer to the cliff. As Sophie got closer and closer to the cliff, the water got brighter and lighter until she saw it. There was the magnificent pearl she had always dreamed of, sitting on a little golden throne. The pearl was even wearing a jeweled crown. Around the throne were incredible treasure chests full of gold, silver, and precious jewels. Even though Sophie had dreamed of this moment many times, she was still not prepared for it. She almost flipped out of her flippers. The water was lit up due to the glowing algae and the glow-in-the-dark fish swimming around the enthroned pearl. The algae looked like magical glowing carpets, and the fish reminded her of blinking neon signs. It was almost like someone wanted this special pearl to be found. After Sophie had looked at the breathtaking scene to her heart's content, she signaled for her crew to join her. Even though Sophie had shared her dreams with her crew, they were not prepared for the sight awaiting them. Some of her crew did flip out of their flippers. A couple of the crew members even had to go up for air. Sophie herself thought she saw a mermaid, but decided she had been underwater too long. Once Sophie and her crew settled down, they began moving the large crown pearl, the golden throne, and the treasure chest full of treasures. Back on board, Sophie and the crew carefully packed away the throne and some of the treasure chests with treasure. With great tenderness, the giant pearl and crown were packed away. They were off to be put on display in a famous museum in Washington, D.C. Sophie had decided that such a mysterious and magnificent pearl should be shared with the world. That night, Sophie dreamed of visiting the famous museum in D.C. and seeing the great pearl on display. She dreamed of the crowds that would be enchanted by the crown pearl, sitting on its own throne surrounded by treasure. She also dreamed of taking some of the remaining treasure and donating money to schools and colleges so that other boys and girls could follow their own dreams. Not in an oyster this time, but in a crate packed with layers and layers of bubble wrap. Beach Ball slumbered as he was rocked by the waves. Beach Ball dreamed and dreamed and dreamed. He dreamed of dolphins, whales, jellyfish, and sharks. He dreamed of mermaids and mermaid kings. He also dreamed of many undersea visitors and fabulous stories of faraway lands. Beach Ball's favorite dreams were about playing with Ricky. Sometimes they played catch. Sometimes Ricky buried Beach Ball in the sand. Sometimes Ricky built Beach Ball his own kingdom in the sand. No matter what Ricky and Beach Ball did, they played together happily until they were both out of air. On Beach Ball's last night aboard the ship, he had a brand new dream. Beach Ball dreamed about the new visitors who would be coming to see him. Presidents, kings, queens, and celebrities. Beach Ball quietly hoped that among the crowds of moms and dads and children who came to see him, a grown-up Ricky would be one of them. Only time and the tides would tell. The end.